G'day everyone, it's me, the Anti-Theocrat, back with another one. Before I go into the main content, it's a quick sales pitch. It's the only one you're getting, so enjoy it. Below these videos, I do attach all links to the information if there are links to be had. I also archive all of the information if that's possible. I also supply links to other platforms for my content and how to support me if you wish to do so. That'd be nice, but no requirement. That's it. That's my intro. That's my sales pitch. It's all I've got. It's all you're ever going to get. And now, on with the show. Okay, it's me, the Anti-Theocrat, back with another one. I'm going to be talking about some lovely things, taking the knee in particular, but this comes to me at the moment. I'm a bit fresh off an unconscious bias training and an indoctrination into Aboriginal culture and how I've got to pander to them. Now, I've lived the majority of my life in Aboriginal rich environments, and I've always found that if you talk to people the way you would talk to any people, you get by fairly well. So I didn't really need the indoctrination, apart from the fact that I have a fair idea of their history and things, and I also understand how much of what we are taught is Aboriginal culture these days is invented to fill the gaps that they have. So I don't buy everything I'm told, but I understand that if you're talking to people, being polite helps. And this has got me through everywhere I've been in Australia and elsewhere in the world. I had no trouble in Thailand. As long as you're polite to people, they'll treat you fairly well. I lived in China for a short while, and I've been back many a time, and being polite to people will get you through fairly well. Which in places like China they find surprising because they're not overly polite to one another, the Chinese. It's a weird culture. But anyway, one of the things that bothered me about this whole process was that not just the unconscious bias, which came after the bit that I'm about to talk about, because that really fucking got me, but the fact that I was told that when I approach a door, if someone looks different to me, what I have to do is essentially ask them, what's the best way for me to talk to you? How fucking racist is that? I ask you. I'm supposed to be taking a lesson in how to not be racist to people, and I get told that I should approach the door, see someone who looks like they might be Asian or Aboriginal or what have you, and the first thing I have to ask them is how I would address them. How should I address you? Can't I just address them politely as I would anyone else? Is there something fucking special or wrong with them? But anyway, this one hit me in the unconscious bias. This was more or less the last question. How do you overcome unconscious bias? There was 4 answers given. Now, 2 of them were right off straight away. But 2, you can see this was the trick, and I knew which one I was supposed to answer with, but we had the choice of deal with the facts, not the perception, and recognise it. Well, I was a good due diligent person, thinking you just deal with the facts as they present themselves. So you're polite to someone, and if they call you an arsehole, you call them an arsehole right back. But if they go on being polite to you after you've been polite to them, then that's the terms you deal with them on. You do nothing else outside the ordinary. You don't talk to them slowly in case they can't understand. So, turns out I was wrong. Turns out, apparently, all I have to do is recognise that I have unconscious bias. Yes, in the back of my mind, I am an absolute fucking bigot. I am almost a fucking Nazi. Because, apparently, I'm not meant to deal with people how I find them. I'm meant to recognise that I'm an arsehole. That's it. That's how I deal with being an arsehole. I recognise it. I guess I go on being an arsehole. It's just the most stupid fucking thing I've come across. And look, I knew which answer I was meant to give. I gave the wrong one first up to see if I could pass it. No, I knew it was recognise it, because I fucking know how this shit works. I've been listening to this crap for long enough. It's fucking ridiculous. How racist do you have to be? So, yeah, this is it. I'm going to go fucking that step deeper before I go on to this next thing, because I've got to address this bloody thing. And something else that comes after it. But anyway, my problem with the bending of the knee. One, it's an atonement only to the organisation BLM, which is openly socialist and has made money only for the profiteers who run it. The people whose names they have used to make that money, their families note that they have received little to no support. Yet the people behind BLM are buying millions of dollars worth of investments, property investments and shit. Then you've got the problem with the fact that the people who are bending the knee are probably the fucking racists. Because they're the ones atoning for something that they think they've done. And what shits me off about that is they're atoning for the rest of us. If you don't understand why we should all be insulted by this shit, you've got a serious problem. Let me put it this way. You've taken an entire people, you've denigrated them, you've taken them down to the one identifying factor about all of them, their skin colour. It doesn't matter their education, it doesn't matter what their ancestors were or where they came from, it doesn't matter where they came from. Essentially, you've boiled everyone down to their skin colour. You've decided that black is the special one. Now, Asians get discriminated as well. They're the other white these days. And there are other groups who are now getting considered to be the other white. But we've now boiled this group of people down to their skin colour, black. And then we treat them as if they're children in need of our care. We go on bending the knee at sporting matches and things to say, look at me, I am your white knight come to save you. Who's fucking buying this shit? Who doesn't understand how racist that is? But it's not just that. It's also offensive to white people. Because these are self-effacing fucking arseholes who are generalising all of us as if we're all the same as them. We're all as racist and in need of bending the fucking knee as they are. And that's if you can forget that the bending of the knee was only ever about the BLM organisation, not about black people. You're bending the knee to black people, you're openly insulting them. Anyway, apart from my unconscious bias training and shit, we had this, didn't we? England loses Euro 2020 final after penalty shootout. Oh, it's a heartbreak. Not for Italy. But anyway, yes, it turns out that after months of bending the knee and making this the whole football thing a great big race baiting tournament, the English team went out, and it just happened to be a fellow with dark skin who missed the penalty shot that lost them the game. So people are going online, putting a lot of racist commentary out there. And personally, fuck yeah. You are the people who made this about race. You've been selling this as a fucking race thing for ages. Diversity is our strength. You have to bend the knee to the black people. Whatever in the fuck this shit's about, you've been making it about race for months now. The English team has been bending the knee and making this about race for a bloody long time. Now, if people are being racist, it's because you set up the fucking terms by which we communicate. But, moving on from that, it's obviously not just them, is it? No! The Australian cricket team are also bending the knee. They didn't bend the knee apparently in England. They're just bending the knee to the darkies. Fucking racist, eh? Really, how racist. That not only are they not bending the knee at every game, they're only bending it when they play the darkies. I'm sorry to use the racist term. It's not me who's fucking bringing the race shit to the table, right? I'm talking in the terms they probably understand. Because look at this. This is a pair of racists. This is a pair of people who are atoning for their sins and trying to make it all about my sins. But I haven't done anything. I haven't been racist. If I use race as an identifier, it is because it is a significant factor in something I'm talking about. But it never means all people, and I have never... Thank you, phone. Shut up. Okay. I've got to go and pick a kid up from school soon. Yeah, so I've never had a slave. I've never been racist to black people who, well, didn't deserve it, and generally it was because they were making race the issue. So I'm not interested in all this bending the knee shit. I've done nothing wrong. I've really done nothing wrong. I've never said that people as a generalizing people for their skin colour and said that makes them bad. I just haven't in any way, shape or form. So we're looking at racist bending the knee. Now this is interesting because this is actually cricket.com.au, and if we scroll down, look at all the people bending the knee, and we go down. What? The West Indies team have got their fists in the air. Fucking hell, don't bend your knee to that shit. Do not bend your knee to fucking black fists in the air. Supremacists. Race fucking supremacists. As racist as anyone else who's making a race an issue. Here's the women's Big Bash players, whatever the fuck. It's some sort of new fucking one day or event or something. I don't fucking know. One for the gamblers, I guess. But anyway, yeah, here they are. Bending the knee. So this is going on everywhere. And, interestingly enough, the Australians, fucking losers, like the Pommy team. They seem to be too busy bending the knee to play the fucking game. I got no fucking time for this shit, you fucking racists. Anyway, that's my rant. I just need to get that off my chest. I came across this particular article while I just, within minutes of having finished having to tick boxes for bloody bias training. I'll tell you what, I'm an at-home father. I don't need the work. The money never hurts, so occasionally I temp. And this bias training, if they keep pushing this shit on me, it might be the reason they don't get the job done. Because I'll quit. I will fucking quit if they try and make this... If they try and play this racist game with me. Because I will fucking stand up and tell them how fucking racist they're being. And they'll either sack me or I will leave of my own accord. In fact, I'll probably be on my way out the door when I tell them. So... yeah, I have fucking morals. I'm sorry. Alright, I've been the anti-theocrat. I've had enough. I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. And that's it. I've had enough. I'm going. I do not want to do this anymore. I've had enough of this. I'm out of here. I've been the anti-theocrat. May your gods remain fictional. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, have fun.